Fighting during events amongst event staff is never acceptable. Are you a model, a brand ambassador, a coordinator, a waiter, a waitress? A model, you go for fashion shoots and you find yourself having an altercation with a fellow model, and you both start to get physical during the event. It only depicts lack of professionalism, especially amongst ushers who are expected to maintain a certain level of professionalism and ensures guest comfort. Welcome to another episode of Tips for Event Staff. My name is Blessing, as you all know. I'm the brand representative of the School of Event Staff. It is always my pleasure to contribute to the overall success of the event staffing industry by providing weekly tips for event staff. On our previous video, we talked about the essence of rotation amongst event staff during lunch break, precisely ushers. In this video, we're going to be talking about why getting physical with a fellow team member during an event is prohibited in the event industry. Before we dive right into today's topic, have you purchased our ebook? This ebook is the blueprint to navigating through the event staffing industry. Are you a model? Are you a brand ambassador? Are you an usher? And you are finding your foot in the event staffing industry. This ebook will help you with the wisdom of savings. It will help you with casting dilemma. It will help you how to navigate through prep pressure and also help you build your self-confidence as well. It is value packed and it is worth every of your penny dropped. Click the link on our bio to make a purchase. Welcome back. So this week, I'm going to be giving you at least 5 things you must put into consideration before getting physical with your fellow team members during an event. Number 1, reputation damage. Engaging in a physical fight during an event. Maybe you're a model, you're a brand ambassador, you are a waiter, you're a waitress. It reflects poorly on the brand you represent, the event organizer, or maybe the agency you represent. It just translates to the client that you have the inability to manage your staff appropriately. Imagine you boarded a flight, and the moment you get into that aircraft, the hostesses and the hosts that are meant to take you through the technicalities of that aircraft, they start to get into an altercation with each other. They start to get physical with each other. In your mind, what's the first thing that will cross your mind? For me, I'll be like, these hostesses are probably aren't disciplined. They didn't go through proper training and evaluation before they were hired, right? So it just reflects in my mind, like, who hires such impatient people and who have the inability to manage themselves appropriately, right? It doesn't deplete professionalism in any way. In fact, I didn't even be scared for my life because I don't expect any form of professionalism from them throughout the trip. As a result of this altercation or the fight, it could result poorly and negatively publicly to the brand, to the airline, or to the event organizers that might have hired those event staff that are getting involved in a fracas in the presence of guests, right? This could translate and result to a negative publicity for the airline or for the agency that have recruited event staff or any staff that is getting into an altercation with one another, because news of fights spread really quickly on social media and leading to damaging the reputation of the agency you represent or the brand you represent. Number 2, guest experience. Guests usually attend events so they can have a good time, so they can network, so they can get to meet different people from different walks of life and enjoy themselves, right? And not to get to an event to start settling disputes between event staff. Imagine yourself as a guest, for example. You attended an event just to network, to enjoy yourself and have a good time. And then you find out that the waiters and the waitresses at the event place are fighting each other. How does that sound? The ushers are fighting. You probably be looking out for the event planner or the agency that recruited such event staff who are impatient and who cannot tolerate each other, right? You'll be looking like, what audacity they've got. Like, how dare they try to get involved in a physical altercation with each other when they're supposed to be working as a team, right? This disrupts the entire atmosphere of hospitality and undermining the objective of guests coming to network and, trying to have a good time. The overall experience of the fight would just generate the wrong perception in the mind of the guests, potentially leaving a dissatisfaction in their mind and reluctance in attending future events organized by those event organizers again. Basically they will be like, who is organizing this our event? I hope they will not bring staff that will come and start fighting. That kind of gesture, that's the kind of mindset you portray in the mind of your guests when event staff get in an altercation with each other. So ultimately, it's essential to ensuring that guests have a tremendous experience. It's free of conflict, that aligns with event objectives and leaves them eager to return next time when they hear that, oh, this agency is handling an event. Oh, the experience we had with the event staff was tremendous. They were dutiful, they were hardworking and willing to help. They basically catered for our needs. That perception, that mindset should continue to linger in the minds of guests instead of leaving them with a negative experience. You want guests to always return and to always even want to recommend you for future gigs, future events as well. Number three, conflict resolution. As an event staff, you must adopt the conflict resolution strategy, right? Because basically, event staff, your team members are not the only persons that can get on your nerves. Your boss can get on your nerves. Guests can get on your nerves, pressure, because there are times where you work at very stressed and really busy situations, right? So even when you are angry, you should try as much as possible to adopt the conflict resolution strategy as an event staff. Instead of resorting to violence, you can utilize emotional intelligence by managing your emotions and not allowing conflict leverage on your emotions. Then again, as an event staff, never allow an altercation with your fellow team member get the best of you, that will not even result to you both getting into a physical combat. Never allow that. Never allow anybody gets on your nerves that will not result to you and your team member getting physical with one another. It is totally not acceptable, right? This is why you must adopt the conflict resolution skill. If, for example, a particular event staff is getting on your nerves, what you can do is to report to the event organizer, or you can report to your coordinator, the agency that recruited you or for the event. You can report to them, report any situation that is not that doesn't augur well with you and that is getting on your nerves, right? Then again, if nothing is done about it, if proper actions are not taken, then you must adopt a strong level of emotional intelligence to manage the situation. Now, listen, emotional intelligence doesn't only preserve the professionalism of that event, but also it demonstrates your ability to manage challenging circumstances as an event staff with maturity and grace. Number four, legal consequences. One thing most event staffs do not understand is that there is a law that governs every act. Physical altercation can lead to legal consequences, such as lawsuits. You could be arrested by securities. Event staffing agencies or event organizers can go to the extent of calling security to discipline both parties involved in the fracas because you are disrupting the entire peace. You are disrupting the entire atmosphere of the event that is taking place. So legal actions can be taken against you. Disciplinary actions can be taken against you because you've gone against the code of conduct of event staffing, right? Because as an event staff, you're supposed to be working as a team and not getting yourselves involved in a fracas or getting yourself involved in physical altercations. So as an event staff, you must have the characteristics of patience, tolerance, and be willing to work in team spirit. Whether you're a model, you're a brand ambassador, you're a coordinator, you're a waiter, you're a waitress, as long as you work around events, you are an event staff, like you, whatever the aspect of events that you manage, right? You must try as much as possible to exhibit great qualities. You must try as much as possible to exhibit great characteristics, right? Because you're working in you work in social gatherings. You must exhibit social characteristics such as tolerance. You must be patient. You must be willing to be a team player. You must have team spirit. You must also make proper use of language, right? If you know something is going to trigger your fellow event staff, do not do it. If you have worked with a particular event staff before and you know that whatever you do or when you make certain utterances, it could trigger them, avoid such situations, okay? And so as to respect the professional essence of the event you are in charge of or the team that you are in charge of. The last but not the least, number five, employment repercussion. Ushers who event staff who get involved in fracas, who get involved in physical altercations, the risks losing future gigs. They risk losing working with a particular agency again, or working with a particular event planner again, because of past experiences they might have had with you. They might not want to recruit you again. They might not want to have the same experience because they feel like you are the same person. You would come and cause trouble during an event, right? One thing you need to understand is that event organizers, they prioritize reliability and professionalism when it comes to demonstrating their duties and responsibilities to their clients. Agencies prioritize professionalism in their staff members, and involving in a fight violates their expectations, right? Nobody wants to recruit an event staff that wants to come and fight each other, or in the process even fighting the guests. Some people fight guests, right? As a result of this, event staff who participate in such behavior will definitely face disciplinary actions, including suspension or termination of employment. So as an event staff, you must guard your emotions, okay? You must try as much as possible to put in your best in everything that you do so that your name doesn't start to fly. Bad news and fight, quarrels, they fly really fast on social media, right? Especially the team members that you're working with. This one will go and tell her friend, do you know what happened today? There's a particular usher and she went to fight this one. They were fighting at the event. That's how news spread. Bad news usually spread. You get it, right? And most of these agencies, they can relate. They know each other. Most of them might be like, oh, which usher got involved in such a thing, right? Let me see her picture. From there, you might employment repercussions can take place because most agencies that know each other might not want to recruit you for their own event. So you must try as much as possible to stay away from trouble, stay away from anything that will just give you a bad name. All right. It tarnishes your image. It tarnishes the image of a lot of the agency at large as well, right? Nobody wants to recruit a troublemaker, right? They'll be like, oh, is it not that girl that was fighting during the event? Are those two ushers that are always that always fight? Nobody wants to recruit any event staff because every agency always wants their clients to bring another client. You get it, right? So you demonstrating the attributes of quarrel, of fight, trying to get into an altercation with a fellow event staff. Nobody wants to hire such an event staff, right? I've actually managed an event once where two event staff started to quarrel. They started to have an altercation, right? Particular one, I noticed that she was really troublesome, and she was the one who was always bringing up the troubles. At the end of the day, I wouldn't want to recruit such a person. You get it, right? Nobody wants to recruit a troublemaker. Every client, every event staffing agency wants a client that will bring another client. And the moment you do not send out the right signal during a particular event, it just shows that the agency doesn't know how to manage their staff well, right? And nobody wants to hire an event staff that cannot, portray a very positive attitude during an event, right? Because it could stop the present client from referring the agency to other clients as well. And that's bad business for the agency, right? So you must try as much as possible to always put in your best behavior in everything that you do as an event staff and stay away from trouble. If you find this video helpful, do not hesitate to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also so you can set up the notification bell to always get notifications whenever we post our videos, because we usually post healthy tips for event staffing industry. Follow us on all social media platforms showing on your screen, like, comment, and share to your friends. See you in our next video. Thanks.